Hi, Chess Edwards here. I want to talk today about what I call the myth of unproductive time. Unproductive time is that time that we don't necessarily see our time spent as directly contributing to something, a problem we're trying to solve, or a job that we're working on, a project that we're working on. So it seems like it's called unproductive time. Productive time is very action-oriented. We're working on getting jobs done, on getting all the things that we need to get done in this world, because we all know there's a lot of doing that needs to get done. And we, of course, and you know this, we've got to remember to concentrate some time and spend some time and commit some time to paying attention to who is it that's showing up to do all the doing. So rather than call it non-productive time, maybe we call it balancing time. Maybe we call it tune-up time. But it's that time that we spend in meditation. It's that time we spend working in the garden. It's that time we spend going for a walk. It's that time we spend recalibrating ourselves, rebalancing ourselves, so that when we do show up to do the work that we need to do, that we're really showing up balanced and clear in our thinking, in our emotional state as well. So it really is quite productive time. I heard it put really well by a guy named Jon Kabat-Zinn. You may know his work. He's a wonderful teacher of meditation. And I saw him speaking to a corporate group one time, and he put it quite beautifully. He said, if we were to look at ourselves as all being members of a symphony, playing music together, what would be one of the very first things that we do when we come together? We'd tune our instruments. The very first thing everyone does is they tune their instruments. You wouldn't want to come together with all these individuals with out-of-tune instruments. And so when we look at our own lives and showing up with our children, with our spouses, with our partners, with our friends, in our work, if we're showing up out of tune and they're showing up out of tune, the odds of us making really beautiful music together are decreased, and the chances that we're going to be in more discord are increased. So let's all make sure we show up really in tune, so that we're in tune with each other. And we hear it in our vernacular all the time in our languaging, when especially in teamwork, and asking, well, are you in tune with each other? Are you in concert with each other? So think about it in that regard, and think about where you can spend unproductive time, or balancing time, or tuning up time. And I got to tell you, you're gonna need to create this time yourself, because I promise you, the universe, the world out there, is not designed to really facilitate that for you, or to easily offer you these opportunities of time and space in order to really take care of yourself. You've got to carve that out. So if it means 20 minutes of meditation in the morning, that might mean going to bed 20 minutes or a half an hour earlier than you are now, so you get a good night's sleep, but you have that time in the morning, maybe before the kids get up, before you really got to start getting into the action around getting ready to go to work. Every choice we make has its consequences, has its sacrifices. We just need to balance out and choose which sacrifice we're willing to make. So if you're willing to make the sacrifice of maybe not having as much time at night watching television, or even being out and about, and getting to bed early, but getting up early so you have that quiet time in the morning, that's just one example of a choice that you might make. But working in the garden, going for walks, and even at work, finding that time at work to close the door, take the phone off the hook, turn the computer off or put it to sleep, and take 5 to 10 minutes to take a little mini vacation. Take some time just to get away from all the doing that needs to be done, and spend a little bit of time in unproductive time. It's important time. So let's find that balance, let's find that clarity, and let's find that space where we can really keep ourselves in tune, so we can continue to make the beautiful music that we do in the world, in our relationships and in our work. All right, that's it. Hi, Chess Edwards, I'm back. Hey, I wanted to add a little addendum to this video on the myth of unproductive time. A couple of people have been asking me about, what other examples of unproductive time. And I could give a long list of examples, but I think really the best way for you to decide for yourself is to think to yourself, what is time spent for you that brings you peace? What is time spent for you that brings you more aligned with that sense of your true self, that sense of that self that really gives you joy and gives you happiness and makes you feel calm? So It can be writing in your journal. It could be journal exercises. Every morning when I get up, part of my unproductive time is I take my journal and I do a couple of things. One is I like to write a gratitude list. Just take about 5 minutes out of my morning and I write, what am I grateful for? What are the things that I'm grateful for? And it really does help remind me of what's important and where I might be spinning my wheels in some areas of my life that aren't so important, and bring my attention back to what is important. Another thing that you could do is you could make a list, a yes list, and I've heard it as put as a yes list and a no list. I like to think of it as a yes list and a letting go list, because I try not to say no to anything so much in my life, because that has an energy around it I don't find as productive for me. But the things that I'm letting go, the things that I'm not willing to entertain and let move through my life rather than put my energy on them. But a yes list and a letting go list, and that is, what are the things you're saying yes to, and what are the things that you're letting go, that you don't want to be involved with. So your yes list and your no list. Let me take a look here. Here's a one that I did just the other day. My yes list. I'm saying yes to health. I'm saying yes to the things that are sacred in my life. I'm saying yes to my awesomeness. I'm saying yes to empowering others. I'm saying yes to staying true to my path, to staying in a high vibrational energy, and I'm saying yes to staying in connection with Source. I'm saying no, or I'm letting go of the mundane, of staying in the normal, of settling, of hiding away. So yes list, when I look at hiding, I would say, oh, now I'm going to put on my yes list courage. I just say yes to courage because I'm letting go of that sense of hiding. I'm letting go of living within other people's doubts, and I'm letting go of narrow mind thinking. So just doing that little activity every morning, again, helps remind me of what's important to me and where I want to put my energy and where I don't. Now, some might see journaling as unproductive time because it's not directly related to getting the job done that needs to get done, or going to pick up the kids from school, or getting the kids to soccer practice, or planning for an event, all the things that we have to do. But again, we want to make sure that when we do show up to do those things for our children, for our friends, for the events, for the projects, that we're doing so in our highest integrity and in our most balanced and clear and in tune self as possible. So I just wanted to put an addendum to this video, just reminding you that other ways you can find unproductive time, but really just take a look and ask yourself, what is it that brings you peace? What is it that brings you clarity and a sense of balance? And whatever that thing is, do that. And lastly, I'll end with this. It's going to have to be a ritual. It's going to have to be a commitment. There's just no way for it to have any sustaining quality in your life unless you do it on a regular basis and make it a practice. And I'll do another video. I'll end this one here, but I'll do another video on that sense of practice, bringing practices into our life that really serve us best, and then having patience with those practices, and then having self-compassion for when we kind of go off the path and have to come back to our practices. So I'll do a video on commitments, dedication, and practices as well. I hope those are some ideas you can use. Thank you. I'll take care. I will. And I hope you take care as well. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.